What it is, y'all? It is your old boy Pilk, and we have the weekly Datamines. We have a lot of interesting stuff, and some of you guys are going to be ecstatic. But we'll get to that towards the end of the video because there are some major spoilers here, and I'll warn you guys before that happens. Actually, the way this is arranged, that's going to happen pretty early, but let's go and talk about what is incoming. All right, so we have some of the data here. We have what is her name? I keep wanting to call her Althea. No, I can't remember her name. Anyway, obviously she's incoming. We knew that from the banners coming yesterday. It's gonna bother me. I don't know her name. Oh, good grief! I'm gonna have to go look it up now. We just were playing the game earlier today too. I have awful old man memory. Argana. There we go. Why can't I not remember that? Leia Argana. Anyway, Argana's there. We got Botch or Bachi. Of course, he's in the new units. I still say, man, that art is just atrocious. I know she's a poison unit. I know they're really forcing that, but man, that art is just not good. My opinion, my personal opinion. Okay, we've got Kali. Yes, I did skip one. We're going to get to that here in a moment. We knew all these things were coming. None of this was really of any, any major shock or surprise. Okay. And of course, it does show you here that each one of these units can be drawn up to 3 times, which is nice. Those of you that want to wail and go crazy in these banners, you can wail. You don't have to spend your free iris, and I would recommend saving your free iris. Now, I don't really have any way to do this without going into spoilers like right away. So if you don't want any spoilers for some of the upcoming units or the anime or anything like that, you might want to just wait for the next video. We are going to do the Before You Summon video coming out here really soon. You have been warned. I am going to show the anime unit next. It's actually not that much. The next anime unit isn't that much of a spoiler, but maybe a little bit. Bam. It is Haruhime and Winnie. How about that? You guys were asking for another Winnie unit. This is an assist. Now, I believe. It says here that the supposed stats are foes, plural, status buff minus 3 turns, so another good unit to bring in on a sack. Ally, HP regen 75% HP. Now, ally singular. Only one ally will get 75% HP regen. I'm assuming at the end of the first turn when they come in, and it'll prioritize the ally with the lowest percentage of HP. So a really interesting war game unit. Remember, that's taking all those status buffs that are on all your foes that they've all built up over time, nullifying that, and healing one person at the end of that turn. So a very interesting unit. This actually might be a really awesome war game unit. Might be game changing for a lot of people in especially in FWG, where sometimes fights tend to go on a little bit longer. But a very awesome unit nonetheless. I'm still going to say hold out, and let me explain why. And I do want to specify this is going to be a huge, well, the one after this is going to be a huge, insane spoiler for the upcoming episode. All right, so we have the Asvi unit that has that the invisibility mask. So she's gonna be part of the latest story event, and if you watch the latest episode, you know who's coming up next. You know who we are hyping. Not for this week. I'm going to gather this will probably be for next week's episode. You either know his name or you don't. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone if you don't. But a lot of people have been speculating, same as I have. We'll see what happens when the episode drops. I'm sure we're going to get the information. If not this week, definitely next. But they're introducing this character. Finally, the one we've been talking about since the beginning of the 3rd season. From the intro, we're finally getting him introduced into the anime, which is stupid hype. I can't tell you how hyped I am for that. Okay, so we got all the names here: Argana, Bachi. Interesting in this one, the unit is actually based on Haruhime, not necessarily Winnie. So it does say in dreams Haruhime. Remember, Haruhime is more like a mother figure for her anyway. So little spoilers to what might happen in the upcoming anime. Looks like these actually, I'm guessing, are going to be weapons for the new units. I'm gathering. I think that's what those are going to be. Now, 7th zone. Looks like this week we have Earth and we have Dark. Kind of predicted that. And then we actually have next week's as well. Next week's is going to be Fire and Thunder. So you can start planning accordingly. We don't know whether these are AoE. It never tells us whether they're AoE or single target. It's just information we do not have. But there's plenty there for you to go on. That is pretty much... I mean, we've got just some of this general art stuff here that you can expect to start seeing this in some of the... Well, I can't use their art, unfortunately. My stupid thumbnails keep getting tagged when I use the Amazons. I don't know what's up with that. Somebody somewhere has a major problem with that, but whatever. We can't use some of that. Oh, I love that background. Oh my god, look at that. That's gorgeous. Ooh. Might have to use that in a thumbnail. Maybe I'll use that in this thumbnail. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Who knows? You know right now whether I did or I haven't made that decision yet. But looks like there's going to be plenty of things here to acquire. These are probably going to be the elements for the above weapons. So really, really, really interesting stuff. Once again, not a huge amount, nothing too crazy. We do have, actually, sorry, Hime asset right here, which you can see there's a bunch of different faces. That's going to be fun to play with. I do generally like to make PSD files of all these with all the different faces. If you ever want to get access to that, I'm sure we can find a way to share that out. But I'll be making a PSD where you can literally change all these faces for thumbnails and things like that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But I think more than anything else, what I'm really hyped for is this unit right here. And either, I don't want to say too much. Either you know or you don't. But I think a lot of us kind of are on the same page with this. So I'm hoping and speculating this might be our anime unit next week. So as good as Haruhime is, you may want to save some free-to-play Iris. Just throwing that concept out there for you. But that's pretty much what we got, guys. That is, like I said, there's a decent amount to talk about here, but also, it's like both a lot of interesting stuff, because we did speculate that I did say this was probably two people. I did say there was obviously the female feet. You can kind of see it from the blob really did mess it up, didn't it? And I guess what's hilarious about this, we talked about it yesterday a little bit, but how it looked censored, it's not really censored at all. Literally all they did was black out the image. If you actually throw this into like a deep contrast, it'll just go all black. So it's not really censored. They weren't really trying to hide anything. They just weren't, kind of lazy trained, in my opinion. But yes, Haruhime and Winnie going to be the new anime unit this week. Good stats in them. I'll throw them into the Before You Summon video and get that out here in just a few minutes. But for now, I guess that's really all we really honestly have to talk about. Those of you that were saying this was the, what's her face, the Spider Girl. I told you it wasn't going to be. I told you. No, that would be a great unit. I'm not saying I don't want that unit. I'm just saying, well, she's dead now, so probably don't get your hopes up. That's kind of a missed opportunity, If you guys think that's a missed opportunity, sorry, I can't remember her name, which is awful, but if you guys think that's a missed opportunity, let me know in the comments section. That's probably a good conversation to have. Like, what Xenos should we actually have as units that we do not? And truly, honestly, that gives them a lot of growth too. There are more units we could get from this part of the series, and then I think she's a pivotal enough unit. What even more so than like Fia or whatever you want to call her. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments section. Good talking point on that one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. We got the Before You Summon video coming up, and we'll talk about them a little more in depth. Guess I'll catch you then.